Hey everyone, welcome. Do you need a super fast, super clear guide to auxiliary verbs? Well, you have come to the perfect place. We are about to open up your grammar toolkit and really master these essential helping verbs. So let's just dive right in. So let's kick things off with a little question for you. What's the real difference between she plays football and she is playing football? I mean, they're almost identical, right? But that one tiny little word, is, completely changes the meaning. It shifts the action from just a general habit to something that's happening right now. And that, my friends, is the incredible power of auxiliary verbs. So, what exactly are these powerful little words? Well, think of auxiliary verbs as your main verb's best friend, its ultimate super helper. They basically team up with the main verb to add all these extra layers of meaning, telling us when something happens, or talking about things like ability and permission. They're crucial. Okay, let's open up that grammar toolkit, shall we? The first set of tools we're going to look at are the primary auxiliaries. Now, these are the absolute essentials for building strong, solid sentences, and you probably use them every single day without even thinking about it. All right, tool number one is the verb be. This one's a real shapeshifter. It shows up as am, is, are, was, or were. Its main job? To show that an action is continuous or ongoing. The structure is super simple. You just take your subject, add the right form of be, and then follow it with a main verb that has an ing ending. Here's a perfect example. She is reading a book. That tiny word is tells us that the action is happening right this second. It's not finished. Take is away and the sentence just falls apart, doesn't it? See how it helps out the main verb, reading? Next up in our toolkit is the verb have, and of course its other forms, has and had. This one's specialty is showing that an action is completed, that it's all done. The basic setup is your subject, the correct form of have, and then the main verb, which we call the past participle, usually ending in ed or en, like played or eaten. Take a look at this one. They had left the house. The word had shows us this action was completed sometime in the past, often before something else happened. So you could say, they had left the house before I arrived. It's all about putting past events in the correct order. And the last tool in our primary kit is do, along with does and did. This one is your absolute go-to for two really crucial jobs, asking questions and making sentences negative. It's incredibly useful, you'll see. So for example, whenever you want to ask a simple yes or no question, you almost always start with do. Do you like mangoes? It's just a simple, direct way to get the information you need. Okay, so we've got the foundational tools down. Now it's time for an upgrade. Let's talk about the modal auxiliaries. Think of these like special power-ups that add specific moods and meanings, things like ability, permission, or advice to your sentences. This is where things get really interesting. Let's start with a classic pair, can versus could. Can shows ability right now, like she can speak French. Could, on the other hand, often refers to an ability you had in the past. She could run fast when she was younger. Oh, and a little pro tip, could is also your secret weapon for making a really polite request. Okay, next up we have may and might. These two are all about possibility and permission. May is a bit more formal when you're asking for permission, like, may I come in? And it suggests a pretty strong possibility. Might suggests a weaker, less certain possibility. If you say, she might come, there's a lot more doubt in there. And let's grab two more power-ups from the toolkit, must and should. Must is for a strong obligation. It's not a choice, it's a rule. You must obey your parents. But should is more like giving helpful advice or talking about a duty. You should study regularly isn't a strict command, it's just good advice. Now, these specialty tools are awesome, but just like any cool gadget, they come with a user manual. And to use them correctly every single time, you just need to remember 3 golden rules. Let's break them down. Rule number 1, modals never, ever change their form. No adding s's or eds, it's always she can, never she cans. Rule number 2, the main verb that comes after it is always in its simplest base form. It's he must study, not he must studies. And finally, rule number 3, you never put the word to between the modal and the verb. It's she can swim, not she can to swim. See? Super simple. Okay, you've got the tools, you've skimmed the manual. I think it's time for a quick final check. Let's do a little pop quiz just to make sure all of this new knowledge is locked in. You ready? But first, here's a super quick recap. Remember, primary auxiliaries like be, have, and do are the builders. They form the structure of your sentences. And the modals, like can and may, they're the decorators. They add all the style and meaning, like ability and permission. Got it? Okay, let's go. All right, first question is up. He should to study for the test. Is that sentence correct or incorrect? Take a second. Think back to those golden rules. And the answer is incorrect. If you got that, fantastic. That sentence breaks our golden rule number 3. We never ever use to after a modal verb. The correct way to say it is simply, he should study for the test. Amazing job. And just like that, we're done. Your grammar toolkit is officially upgraded. You've got your foundational tools and your specialty power-ups. You are now totally ready to build stronger, clearer, more precise sentences. So my final question for you is this. What's the first powerful sentence you're going to build? Thanks for joining this explainer, and good luck.